Welcome to another video of Best Fitness. Check the description below as discounts and coupons will only be valid through those links.
Now you can experience the convenience of clear, clean, great-tasting water for drinking or cooking right at your kitchen sink by installing the Culligan Easy Change drinking water filtration system with dedicated faucet. This premium under-sink filtration system, available in 3 different models with 3 different levels of filtration, is quick and easy to install and avoids the mess of changing out traditional cartridges experienced with other under-sink systems. To replace a cartridge, just twist and pull down to remove, and push up and twist to install a new one. Most importantly, the Culligan Easy Change filtration system begins to impact the quality and flavor of your water immediately. For up to 1 year between filter cartridge changes, this system reduces chlorine by up to 97% and particulates by up to 99%, while reducing bad taste and odor and other contaminants such as lead, cysts, and VOCs. Go to CulliganDIY.com for details on filtration performance for each of the 3 models. The Easy Change under-sink filtration system comes complete with everything you need for setup and operation, including the attractive chrome faucet. Installation is simple and takes only minutes on most sinks with some common household tools. Here's a checklist. Let's start by mounting the dedicated faucet. Installation of the faucet works best for sinks with pre-drilled holes typically used for soap dispensers or water sprayers. If drilling is required, consult the installation instructions for proper technique. Begin by removing the cap or device already in place. In this case, a soap dispenser. Just unscrew the plastic nut under the sink to release the device. Insert spout into faucet body. Tighten by screwing the spout nut onto the threads on the faucet body. Slide the black rubber gasket onto threaded faucet stem, and then lower faucet stem through hole in sink. Accessing the faucet from underneath the sink, slide the metal washer up the faucet stem, followed by the white plastic stem nut. Tighten with fingers to secure faucet to sink. Do not use pliers. Next, we install the water supply adapter. Turn off cold water supply line. Turn on cold water at faucet and allow all water to drain from line. Disconnect cold water line from 1/2-inch diameter threaded stub on the bottom of the cold water faucet inlet. Apply Teflon tape onto male threads of faucet stub and supply adapter. Screw the water supply adapter to the threaded faucet stub. Using the nut that previously connected the cold water line to the faucet, screw the cold water line to the male supply adapter threads. Hand tighten and snug with wrench. Next, let's mount the filter assembly. Select a location under the sink to mount the filter assembly. Allow at least 1.5 inches below the filter cartridge to enable cartridge changes, or 12 inches below the filter head. The filter head should be mounted in a vertical position on a stud or firm surface. Use mounting bracket as a template to mark screw locations. Using a drill bit slightly smaller than the screws supplied, drill pilot holes in the cabinet. Be aware of what's behind the cabinet wall. Mount filter head in marked location using supplied screws. With the filter assembly mounted, now it's time to connect it to the supply adapter. Determine the amount of plastic tubing needed to connect the inlet of the filter with the supply adapter. Be sure to allow enough tubing to prevent kinking and cut the tubing squarely. Place a mark 5/8 inches from both ends of the tubing, and then insert into the supply adapter until the mark is flush with fitting. Then insert the other end of tubing into the filter inlet until the mark is flush with fitting. Next, we connect the filter to the dedicated faucet. Determine the amount of plastic tubing needed to connect the outlet of the filter with the faucet. Again, cut the tubing squarely. Slide compression nut over tubing, followed by the ferrule. Then place insert into end of tubing. Push the tubing firmly into the end of the faucet stem and hand tighten the compression nut onto threads until secure. Then tighten approximately 1/2 turn with a wrench. Now remove the battery from the side of the cartridge and put inside the slot just below the Culligan logo on the faucet. Once the battery is inserted correctly, the LED will blink red for about 30 seconds. Then it will shut off. To indicate the filter needs to be changed within a 30-day time frame, it will flash yellow. When the filter needs to be changed immediately, it will flash red. The battery should be changed every time a filter is changed. Now let's install the filter cartridge. We're installing the US Easy 4 here, but all 3 Easy Change models install with the same simple push and twist motion into the same filter housing. Hold cartridge from the bottom when installing. Line up the arrow on the cartridge with unlocked padlock symbol on the head. Insert cartridge by pushing up and then turn arrow to locked padlock symbol. Turn on water supply valve. Look above and below for leaks. If there is a leak, turn off water and read Troubleshooting section in Installation Guide. To operate, rotate handle of filter faucet counterclockwise to on position. Allow water to run 10 minutes to flush air and carbon fines from the system. You are now ready to enjoy clean, clear, great-tasting Culligan water for drinking or cooking right at your kitchen sink.
Water. It's an essential element of life. It's 60% of what we're made of. It sustains us, refreshes us, cleanses our body inside and out. It's one of our basic daily necessities. And what is the most convenient place for us to get our water? The tap, of course. Looks easy and harmless enough, right? But there can be more than 2,100 known contaminants in regular unfiltered tap water, including several known poisons. Contaminants including chlorine and its byproducts, which can raise one's risk of cancer by 73% when compared to drinking non-chlorinated water. Lead, which causes brain damage in children and birth defects in pregnant women. And the non-addressed danger in our water supply across the country, inorganic arsenic, which is associated with increased risk of skin, bladder, lung, kidney, and prostate cancers. Imagine that. Scary stuff. But there is a simple solution. You can ensure that your tap produces pure, great-tasting, contaminant-free water for you and your family with a 10-Stage Plus water filter from New Wave Enviro. The 10-Stage Plus's powerful patent-protected system removes more than 99% of chlorine, as well as other harmful contaminants. And with its exclusive Plus features, goes well beyond the outdated government standards, which can no longer be trusted for drinking water, eliminating inorganic arsenic. Here's how it works. Water from your tap flows through New Wave's 10-stage cartridge system, starting with a 50-micron pad which traps and holds larger solids such as rust. Next, in stage 2, silver-impregnated, acid-washed activated carbon removes cancer-causing organic contaminants and creates a bacteriostatic environment, stopping the bacteria in its tracks. Stages 3 and 4 have cation exchange resins in both H+ and N+ forms, which clear away heavy metals such as copper, mercury, and lead. In the plus stages 5 and 6, New Wave's exclusive anion exchange resin first pulls out any phosphates and sulfate anions that can interfere with inorganic arsenic removal, and then proceeds to abolish the deadly element, aided by a special component made of iron oxide and hydroxide. The washed and non-washed activated carbon in stages 7 and 8 eliminate chlorine, its bad taste and odor, and its harmful byproduct, trihalomethanes, along with pesticides, herbicides, and other pollutants associated with cancer and birth defects. Stage 9 provides additional protection from heavy metals with the use of ion exchange fibers. And finally, stage 10 tops everything off with a 5-micron polishing filter for sparkling clarity and a pure clean taste. All of this in a cartridge that lasts twice as long as other systems. And when it does come time to replace, not only is it easy, but there's no need to try and remember yourself. Every 10-stage plus filter system comes with New Wave's complimentary personal reminder program, so your filters can always be fresh. The 10-stage plus housing unit is sleek and is portable by design. You just place the unit next to the sink, attach it to the faucet, and if you have a spray faucet, there's an under-sink option. And now, you're ready to enjoy the benefits of pristine, contaminant-free water at your fingertips. If you're thinking, that's all fine, but I'll just count on bottled water for my needs, think again. Not only is a filtration system 10 times more cost-effective and enviro-friendly than bottled water, it's also safer. Most bottled water companies use plastics in their bottles that leak the harmful chemical BPA, which is associated with many health issues. And let's be honest, do we really know where a lot of these companies get their water? So, to ensure that your family has great tasting, cost-effective, and consistently pure water, there is one clear choice: the 10-stage plus water filter from New Wave Enviro.
Thinking about getting an RO system for your home or office? Don't get stuck with an old-style canister RO system fraught with problems. The Home Master Artesian Full Contact Reverse Osmosis System solves the 4 main problems associated with traditional RO systems. Problem number 1. Canister leaks. Canister filter housings accumulate wear, stress, and microorganisms year after year. Only the filter element gets changed, not the filter housings. Those systems advise owners to change those housings every 5 years, but no one ever does until they leak or burst, causing a flood. Home Master System employs advanced modular filters where the filter and filter housing are all in one and changed annually, thus virtually eliminating this problem. You also create a more hygienic system by changing the housings more frequently. Problem number 2. Slow flow. The slow flow from the traditional RO faucet is caused by their smaller fittings and tubing. This leads to less use as you become frustrated with wasting your valuable time. Home Master with built-in Fast Flow RO kit uses larger fittings and tubing to produce nearly double the flow rate. A stronger flow is more satisfying and easier to use for washing vegetables, cooking, and for drinking water. Which do you prefer, a stronger flow or a weaker flow? Problem number 3. Service challenges. Hardness minerals and other icky contaminants often seal canister housings shut, requiring superhuman strength to open them. HomeMaster uses modular all-in-one filters with push-in fittings to make service quick and easy. No bodybuilders or wrenches required. Don't get frustrated. Get the HomeMaster. Problem number 4, acidic water. Water produced by reverse osmosis is pure, so why do all those traditional RO systems use a post filter? Answer: the highly pure but acidic water produced by the RO membrane sits in the rubber bladder storage tank, dissolves some of the rubber, and repollutes the water, thus creating the need for the post filter to then remove the rubber. Our one-of-a-kind patented full-contact technology forces the highly pure but acidic RO water through a remineralization filter not only once but twice, once on the way to the storage tank and once again on the way to the RO faucet, adding only calcium and magnesium minerals derived from crushed marble. It's an entirely natural process. The results are less storage tank degradation and cleaner, healthier, better-tasting water that is slightly alkaline. With 7 stages of filtration, purification, and enhancement, the HomeMaster Artesian Full Contact produces exceptionally pure mineral water on tap. Guaranteed or your money back. Conclusion? Your RO system will be in your life for years, so get the RO system that brings solutions, not problems. Get the one with the best flow rate, the most reliable design, and the one with best tasting mineral water on tap. The HomeMaster Artesian Full Contact from Perfect Water Technologies. Order today.
We've always been concerned about the chemicals and contaminants in our water. We're a very active family and we drink a lot of water, so we wanted something, that was safe for us to drink and tasted good as well. We probably drink about 3 gallons of water a day. I even take my water with me throughout the day, and my kids have learned to drink the water as well. They used to hate drinking tap water, but now they love the water from our system. The initial price tag on this filter is why I was stuck with the cheaper filters for so long. But after replacing filters at about $20 and buying bottled water, we eventually swapped over to this system, and it's actually saved us money. We are absolutely satisfied with this system. It's been a total game changer in our house. Everybody loves the water, we're drinking more water, and I would recommend this system to everyone.
The installation of FrizzLife MP99 water filtration system is very easy. Before installation, there are some things to be aware of. Be aware that to remove the tubing, you should push down the collet at the same time. Be aware that remove the blue clip first, then insert the tubing, then lock the blue clip back. First, you need to mount the plastic bracket at least 4 inches lower than the bottom of your basin. We don't suggest you mount the bracket if your sink is too narrow to work with. Remove the filter container from the cap and mount the cap on the plastic bracket, then twist the container back in. Now we go for installation of the valve. Remove the screws on the valve and push the tubing to the very end of the valve and tighten the screws with a wrench. You do not want to do it too hard in case of breaking the tubing. Go to the cold water angle valve, shut off the water supply, remove the flexible hose and connect the valve. Be sure the rubber O-ring is loaded in the valve. Hand tighten would be okay. Then connect the flexible hose back on. Now connect the tubing to the filter system. Cut the right length of the tubing. You can use our provided blade. Make sure the tubing is cut evenly. The blue clip may be on the system or in the parts bag. If it's already on the system, remove the blue clip and push the tubing to where it is labeled Supply on the filter. Make sure the tubing hits the very end, otherwise it will leak. Then lock with the blue clip. Next step is to install the water faucet. You need to drill a 1/2 inch hole if your sink doesn't have an existing hole. But first you need to check if the thickness of your countertop is too thick for the faucet stem. Screw the stainless steel deck and load the faucet to the hole.
Load all the rubbers and hand lock the faucet under the sink. Connect the tubing to our provided I-type quick fitting and mount to the faucet end. Cut the right length of the tubing and mount to the filter where is marked filtered. Lock all fittings with the blue clips. Last step is to open both the angle valve and the three-way valve to check if there are any leaks on all the connections. Open the tap and run the water for 3 to 5 minutes before you can use it. When you need to change the filter cartridge, use a wrench to turn counterclockwise and replace the old filter cartridge with a new one. The container may be a little tight to open. It's normal because the container can stand over 35 bars of pressure. The wrench is like a key whenever you need to change the filter, so please don't throw away.
In this video, we'll go over the steps for installing the Water Direct Connect water filter. The procedures are the same for all of the Water Direct Connect type filters listed here. The Water Under Sink water filter comes with everything you need. The easy installation takes just minutes, no plumbing tools or know-how needed. Start by writing the date of installation on the filter for future reference. Next, turn off the cold water supply to your sink. Disconnect the existing hose that leads to the faucet from the water supply valve. Connect the inlet hose of the water filter to the water supply valve. The inlet hose is on the left side of the filter. And connect the outlet hose of the filter to the faucet hose. Secure the filter using the provided screws in a convenient location under your sink. Turn the cold water supply valve back on. And activate the filter by allowing the water to flow for 3 minutes. Now don't drink this water, it may contain black carbon particles.